Continue on with Daniel. When he had spoken such words to me, I turned to my face and to the ground and became speechless. And suddenly one having the likeness of the sons of men touched my lips. That's the second love touch. Then I opened my mouth and spoke, saying to him who stood before me, my Lord, because of the vision, my sorrow has overwhelmed me, and I have retained no strength. For how can this servant of my Lord talk with me? As for me, no strength remains in me, nor is any breath in me. Then again, one having the likeness of the man touched me and strengthened me. That's the third love touch. And he said, O man, greatly beloved. That's the third greatly beloved. Fear not, peace be to you. Be strong. Yes, be strong. So when he spoke to me, I strengthened and said, let the Lord speak, and for you have strengthened me. It seems that Daniel is experiencing what you and I have come to know as grace. These love touches and these words of you are greatly beloved is Daniel experiencing what we've taken for granted, what we call grace. So Pastor Alistair Begg wanted to demonstrate an allegory about this grace. And here's what Begg says. He's demonstrating the story of grace with the thief on the cross. And Begg says this. Just imagine. I want you to go in your imagination. He says this. Just imagine that on the day of heaven, the thief comes up to the pearly gates, and the angels are standing there. And the angel says to the thief, what church are you from? The thief says, I didn't go to any church. The angel scratches his head. The angel says, were you baptized? The thief says, I wasn't baptized. So the angel was confused. What? You weren't baptized? Okay. Let me go get my manager. I'm going to go get my manager. So the angel goes and gets a higher ranking angel. The higher ranking angel comes and says to the thief, sir, can you at least tell us the third commandment? The thief says, I don't know the third commandment. He scratches, they're confused. How did this man get into heaven? He says, okay, tell us. Can you at least tell us the first commandment? Surely you know the first commandment. He says again, I don't know the first commandment. I didn't have time to learn them. Then how then did you get into heaven? They ask him, how then did you get into heaven? Says the thief, I don't know how I got here, but what I do know is this. The man in the middle said I could come. The man in the middle says he could come. And he said, hallelujah. You ought to say hallelujah. The man in the middle told the thief, you can come. So Brother Warren, last week when you preached about the prostitutes and the destitute, the man in the middle says the prostitute can come. The man in the middle says the drug addict can come. The man in the middle says the destitute, the prostitute, the adulterer, you can come. Why? Because a wonderful change has come over me. When the man in the middle bids you come, a change comes over you. A change. I love when Michelle Adams used to sing, what a wonderful change has come over me. Change. That's what happens when the man in the middle bids you to come. You get change and grace, wonderful grace. Grace that changes, grace that restores. That is what the man in the middle does. Daniel was receiving and understanding grace, but he didn't know it as we know it. He was receiving love touch, greatly beloved messages, but it was grace being poured out upon Daniel, the same grace you and I enjoy, the same grace the thief on the cross will get when the man in the middle says he can come.